Welcome back, comrades, to DIY by NZguy. Turnik monkey bar overview. As you can see, the project has been finished. I've got a nice step ladder all the way from the top all the way to the bottom. I've got adjustable monkey bar. It can go from about a meter high to all the way to, I would say, 2 meters 20. This allows me to use the bar myself for pull-ups, and even the youngest member of the family can hang from this height, which is fantastic. This was the original design purpose, why I want the kids to be a little bit more active and hang on something. It worked well. It still does. The pipe that I'm using is, I think, 26 mil wide, with the wall thickness of about 2.5 mil. It's plenty strong for the gap that I have here, from this side to this side. So I was thinking, yeah, if it's not gonna be strong enough, I can always buy some more 20 mil rod and just ram it in there. Maybe even use some epoxy to set it in, and that'll give it extra strength. But so far, no need. My whole family can hang on with it, and it just bends a little bit, but it doesn't stay bowed. So fantastic, very happy with the result. Just gonna go over a few features, what worked for me and what you should look out for when assembling. So you gotta take in consideration the gap that you have. Obviously, the bigger the gap, the stronger the pipe's gotta be. So purchase accordingly. All the materials for the steel that I have here, like the bar and the pipe, I bought it from steelcuts.co.nz. Great place, cheap material, and if you need just a little bit, like for this project, it's easy to buy and easy to get. The guys are, old fellas, so you just gotta approach them with kindness, and hopefully they'll help you out. One thing that I'm quite happy what I did was I reinforced all the multiple screws from the other side, so I'm not going to get any slippage or any cracks on these ones. And these vertical beams kind of reinforce the plywood. Same thing here. Yeah, there's multiple screws just behind there that's holding everything in place. So even if this one plywood hangs off a couple of screws, all its tension just gets distributed through the board and works fantastically. So I don't really need to put any more screws in, because it's plenty strong enough for what it is. It only has like a static load of maximum of 150 kilos, which is plenty strong for this type of wood. The other bit I wanted to go over is measuring. Just when you're doing this project, just measure the hell out of everything. Double measure the width. Again, I was supposed to have a board here, but it got ruined in a garage from the floods, so that's okay. Keep it till the next project. But like all the studs behind the wall, just make sure you get them right. Just get a good stunt finder, or at least get multiple measurements across, so you know exactly where it is to where to put the screws in, which are gonna hold the plywood to the wall, because I think that's one of the critical parts. Although even with half of these screws missing, it will still stay there, but you want that assurance, because you know, once you're hanging off all the way from the top, you want that assurance that it's not going to give way. The other bit I would suggest is when you go into a hardware store to obtain the plywood, go for the nice one. You know, like this is not like a industrial constructive H 3.2 treated. It's just, you know, nice. It's not treated. Looks, you know, nice and pinkish. You can always paint over it, but at least it's very smooth, like all the way through. What I found with the 3.2 H treated one, it's always has all these rough bits on it, and if you even paint over it, all those rough bits come through. So just get some nice plywood. You are spending a little bit extra for that, but because for me this is the entry hall, it's just gonna look better. Also, when you're cutting, just be a bit of a prick and tell those guys, I don't want any knots in the wood. Okay, just be a bit of a prick on that one. Just tell them, like, I do have a little bit of a knot here, but it's kind of hidden. So what you don't want is to have knots, which is going to weaken the wood at that place, plus it's going to look ugly. Imagine you have like a giant knot right here in the middle. It's just going to look ugly. So be a bit of a prick. Cut the knots past the knots. You know, you can always cut the length that you need, 2 meters. The knot there, 1/2 meter, cut that away, throw it away, and then cut the rest to another 2 meter length, and then you have two of these. So because you're already paying a premium price for the wood, I think it was like $5.50 per linear meter, which is holy shit. It's just wood. And then yeah, so just be patient, consistent. Just get the nice wood. It's going somewhere that where it's going to be visible every day, and you want to look nice. The other thing that helped me out is just taking it nice and slow, coming back to the wall, measuring it again, going back to the drawing. So drawing the plans nice and slow, making sure that I've got all the details, make sure I'm not confusing which side I'm placing the board, where these ones are going. Just getting it right. As you can see, all these are tiny bit recessed, just like I wanted. So taking my time, cutting it, prepping it, hammering it, and everything's just, you know, nice and strong. You might think that, you know, this couple of centimeters here is not strong enough, but because when you hang off it, even if I hang off it, majority of the forces are going this way. It's plenty strong. Like I can yank on it as hard as I can, and nothing happens, which is great. The downsides, if I can think of any, is probably cutting these ones out. Yeah, quite hard. So because I kept cut one depth, and then the actual saw circle bit just doesn't go any further down. So I had multiple approaches to this, and decided on this depth at that. And and the other bit here, I have like a storage closet, hence the only this part. But if you got that, make sure you cover that up as well, because if you look at the dings, that's where we've been changing the pipe to, most common one. Yeah, it just gets dinged quite a bit, so I'm worried they're gonna get on here. Luckily so far only just one here. So yeah, make sure you, because that bar, when kids are pulling it out, they're gonna bash something, so you got them. That's why, or one of the reasons you have the plywood at the back, so yeah, they can smash it up with no damages to you. So that's one thing that I knew was going to happen. So downside is kids going to smash it, so be aware of it. That's why it's being built as tough as it is, so that kids can use it as they wish. Speaking of painting, I was thinking about that, but I don't want to stink up the house. Nobody's nagging me to do it. There's no real reason for it. So yeah, just not gonna do it at this stage, and definitely no plans to do it. If somebody gets on my case and says, yep, you gotta pretty it up, you gotta paint it or whatever, then I'll do it. But for now, I'm very happy with the result. It's holding well. I use it fairly often. Kids use it all the time, and the amount of hours I've put in, actually kids on playing on it have exceeded it by way, like a factor of 10 so far, and it's only been maybe a year or so. So well worth the project. Kids are more active, kids know what to do, they know how to play with it, and yeah. And the best thing is nobody else is getting on my case that, yeah, what is this, it's ugly. Everyone that came in was like, wow, cool. And when the other kids come to visit, they love it. They just start playing with it. My kids showing them what to do, and it's just, they're having fun. They don't have that at home. So one of the plus sides of being a DIY dad. So thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. If you've got any questions, shoot me in a question down below. I'll see if I can answer it. And if you like this video, like the video, subscribe. This has been DIYbyNZguy. Turnik monkey bar overview.